goals, long-term goals. And I realized that I didn't have a goal. I've been working my job, my full-time job and career for quite some time. So I had reached the goals that I had worked towards. And I'm like, hey, a goal, like a personal level goal. That's kind of crazy. Like what's that? And I turned my focus towards bodybuilding. I figured that if it was a good planning, you could put all the steps into place, long-term goal, but not too far long-term. It was actually tangible, felt like you could get there. Yeah, it just kind of fell into place. And I thought, hey, I'll give this a shot. And I would have stepped on stage for the first time at 44 years old. And I thought, hey, if I can do this at 44, I'm doing okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I guess people, they can be influenced, by other people, especially like in the gym.
Hmm.
You working out, and you see, I'm not a bodybuilder like that, but but I have worked out. So, but just engaging with people that do enter the sport, it's I would say like a challenging adventure.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And it just, yeah, really kind of puts all the pieces. I'm a rule follower by heart. So, having someone, set down rules and parameters for me to do it actually fits my personality really well. But there was also, so my grandmother, I mean, not that she wasn't a bodybuilder or anything like
Yeah.
that, but she lived to be about 92 years old, and I attribute so much of her like cognitive health and physical health and living as long as she did to being physically active. She swam as an adult. She swam and got into the pool every day. She was always
Mm,
moving. She wanted to walk, and I watched that sustain her, and I think
mm.
in a lot of capacities of her life. So I thought, you know what, she's a great example to follow, and it gets harder as you get older. So it was just a good time to really start focusing on something and
Yeah.
making it a daily habit and routine.
Okay. Wow. Like, is she still around, or your grandma?
She's not. No, she's
Oh,
been gone a
okay.
few years now, but I mean, she made it into her 90s.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. That's good. I mean, I have my father. He's about 82, and he can't really walk good. He's like currently in a rehab, and he's trying to like do like work on his walking and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah. But like with the OCB, like how did you know about the OCB? Was there somebody put you onto it, and or you just happened to stumble through it through the
I kind
internet?
of I kind of just stumbled on it. It was at a time when bodybuilding, I think in general, and from what I've heard, was just really taking off, and it was showing up on all the social media platforms, and just starting to research, what opportunities, what federations there were, where did I want to go, what was direction I wanted to head. And I stumbled across the OCB, and I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. And it just so happened that Cleveland was kicking off their very first OCB show that year. And so it kind of just, it fell into place. I had something local. I didn't have to travel very far. I really was interested in that natural component. Again, I was really just starting off on this track. I wanted to know that those that I was standing next to, that we were kind of all on the same playing field, if you would.
Yeah, that's good. So what made you want to do bikini?
For me, I think it matches my physique and my
Yeah.
personality too. I kind of joke around. I mean, I'm 5'4.5". Like I give
Oh
myself
yeah.
that half an inch. I
Okay.
walk. I'm used to wearing heels.
Okay. Yeah, you look
But
great.
no,
You
I
look.
think I am older.
Yeah.
I'm not 20 years old anymore.
Yeah.
I have had some health issues, including breast cancer. So I've had some,
Yeah.
hormone changes in my life, and building muscle isn't as easy as maybe it once would have been, or could be for some. So I don't really have the muscle density that I think is necessary for those next levels.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I also just kind of I like the posing. I like this, I don't know, the flow of it, of the show, of the posing that you do, the look of it. It fit me, and was the best match for my physique.
Was posing really hard for you, or It wasn't.
Posing's not easy.
Yeah, yeah.
Posing is not
I
easy.
know. I know. I
I
just
had
asked
I
it.
had a I had a coach at one point. We dabbled for a hot second, like just like one check in. When I say hot second, on some figure posing, I could
Yeah.
not hit it to save my life. Like that was
Mm,
so hard to do. Um, Definitely, it would take some work for me to get up to that level. But um, you know, posing takes practice. Posing takes time, and it's not just hard to find that perfect spot because the perfect spot's not going to be the same for everybody, so it's
yeah.
very physique dependent, but then being able to hold that pose for as long as those judges tell you to hold that pose under those lights and just with the nerves going, it's not easy. It's not
Yeah.
easy. It takes
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. Well, how was your first show?
My first show was awesome. It was great. So my first show, the Cleveland OCB show, that would have been in 2019. Um, I came in second place across the board. I entered all the divisions that I could.
That's good.
And I thought, I mean, I was really proud of myself. It was great. It was fun. Being local, I knew people in the audience, which just always adds an extra vibe to it. Meeting new people backstage, from the area as well. So I've made some long-standing relationships and friendships through these competitions as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went to my first OCB show in last year. This was like on the Big Apple in around August. That's what the name of the show, Big Apple,
Okay.
the Big Apple competition. And I was there for the men's division when they competed, and the figure, the women's physique. I was on and off with the wellness. I was there, but then I left, and I didn't stay for the bikini part, but yeah, I mean, it was different because I went to the previous show, to that was the New York Pro, and the New York Pro, it was really big, and it had a lot of people that were bodybuilders, but I seen the difference. Like in the OCB show, they had regular people, where the New York Pro, it was just bodybuilders. So it has some differences and stuff.
And even
So
their format is a little bit different. They kind of just do a run through. So there's no,
yeah,
break. You're not coming back in the evening. It's just get it done and just get through the
yeah,
format. And it's kind of nice, even though I know bikini sometimes at the end, and um,
yeah,
but they get us in. Yeah. After that OCB show in Cleveland, I don't know, hitting second place was just so close. I
yeah.
just had to do it one more time. So later on that year, I did the OCB show in Pittsburgh, because from here, that's only about a 2 hour drive. So I did that, and that's where I got the pro card for my master's class.
Okay, congratulations. Yeah. Like so you have any plans for this year? Like what's like in terms of shows, competing?
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey. After I did the Pittsburgh show, rolling into 2020. So that was all the COVID stuff. And I gave my first pro show shot during that year. In retrospect, probably not my wisest decision, but
Mm,
I gave it a shot, and I came in last, and it was a learning experience for sure. So I've been kind of back and forth, and my goal right now is to be more competitive on that pro stage.
okay.
So for this year, that's the goal, is to get back, on the NFF pro stage as well as the OCB pro stage, and see what I can do. It's been a challenging year. I just lost my coach. My coach just passed away a few weeks
Oh,
ago.
my
Which
condolences.
Yeah, it's been really hard and challenging. And I'll be honest, for a hot second, I thought about throwing up the heels in the bikini and calling it a day. But
Yeah.
I've got at least this year's worth of shows to honor him, and the 2.5 years, actually I've been off now for 2.5 years. To I owe that to him, to honor him and the work that we've done. 2.5 years. I hope there's some growth and some gains in there.
Yeah. Yeah. That like so could you tell me a little bit of the NFF?
Sure. Are you familiar with them at all?
I think I may have come across some athletes that were there, but could you refresh my memory just in case?
Yeah,
I probably
sure.
fit.
So they're a small federation, and that's the challenge. That's for me in Ohio. That is the one challenging